Next thing she knows, the car door swings open. Darnell's right there. He grabs that box and slams it over her head, locks it in place. It's lined with carpet. She can't scream, she can't hear nothing, and it's just darkness. What's up? It's your girl T, aka the Pariah Prince, and all the other AKAs. So what's up, Pariah babes? Okay, y'all. So I know it's been like 3 or so weeks since I've been here. I'm sorry, life got a little hectic, life got a little busy, but I'm back. See, I'm trying to stay consistent, y'all. I'm here, I'm back. And y'all, today I'm back with another urban storytelling. So this will be urban storytelling part 2, but it is a different story, guys. Remember when I told you I was gonna start doing these? They were going to be different stories. So not the same story, not the same people, completely different story. We're just gonna do part 2 because we don't got time for everybody to be like I told their business or that. We don't got time for that. Name changes, no title to the story, no description of the story. Y'all just gonna have to hear the story. Guys, oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, wait. Nail check. Wait. Y'all, my boo got my nails done for our anniversary. Love that. Love that. Y'all, and my anniversary is next week, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Also, guys, if y'all hear mowing or the Alexa in the background, my mom's on the line, and that's our Alexa going off. So yeah. Yeah, y'all heard that? I don't know, but motion detect at the garage and motion detect at the front door. My mom's cutting the grass. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry if that's in the background. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so guys, I'm excited about today's story. I read over it a little bit, but just like I kind of hear it for the first time. I want y'all to hear it the first time. I read like a few first sentences of kind of what the story was about, but I want the reactions to be natural. I want the y'all to hear it with me, so we can talk about it like we having tea time for real with the girls, like yeah. And y'all, I kind of want to do this like we might talk about that next episode, y'all. But I just got an idea in my head, y'all. I just got an idea. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, y'all, I can actually sing. I know that was church, but I can actually sing. Like, if y'all want to go to karaoke, they say karaoke is for people who can't sing. Y'all, I can sing switch. You know what I'm saying? I can sing switch right quick, cause I still want to go to karaoke too. I still want to go to karaoke too, like. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, y'all. So y'all know when I got my friend, the story is about to begin. All right, y'all. So this story was interesting. This first few sentences, I was already hooked off the first few sentences, so I feel like this is going to be pretty interesting, y'all. Okay. So let's get into this story. Okay, so back in the 1970s, there was this young woman. We gonna call her Tay. My girl Tay. Okay, y'all. My girl Tay, she was 20 years old, and she was living with her folks up in Oregon. She was real tight with her mama and her daddy. She was real sweet girl, was sheltered, kind of innocence that you didn't quite see anymore. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it was my girl Tay's homegirl birthday. We gonna call her homegirl Keisha. Okay, it was Keisha's birthday, and she was down in Cali. And I told y'all my girl Tay lived in Oregon, but her girl Keisha's birthday was down in Cali. Okay, and she was like, you know what? I'm 20. fuck it, I'm grown, I'm going, let's get out, let's go. You know, let's pack my bags. Okay, yeah, so she packed up. She was hyped. My girl was finna hit the road to Cali. When she turned that key, car did not crank. Monster's car did not crank. My girl take car didn't crank. You know, what can I say? Her shit ain't crank. Okay, yeah, her car was dead. So this was the 70s, so she didn't really think twice about this. And y'all know in the 70s people were more like, it was crazy, but they was, you know, like they'll cut you, but at the same time, like, we the people, you know what I'm saying? So my girl, she hitchhiking. She said, yeah. She hitting the road, thumbs out. She's hitchhiking, like, for what everybody else talking about. My girl hitchhiking. Okay, so yeah, she packed the bag, threw on her coat, hit the road, thumb out, period. A couple truckers gave her a lift parts of the ways, so they was picking her up, but they weren't taking my girl all the way to Cali. They was like just easing her on by. They was getting her closer and closer to Cali, but they said they're not going to damn Cali. Yeah, they said I gotta take my route. I gotta stay on my route booking. When this go off my route, you gotta go. So yeah, while she was out there waiting for her next car, a car of 5 dudes pull up, and they like, hey, you need a ride? Keisha, she felt something wasn't right. You know, she wasn't feeling it, so Keisha was like, nah, y'all can go on, Bookie. Yeah. So not long after this car of 5 dudes had came by, another car pulled up. This time it was a dude named Darnell. Well, that's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him Darnell. Darnell behind the wheel. We're gonna call his girl Tasha. She was in the passenger seat, and it was a baby in the back. So Tay's like, this feels real safe. This a family, you know what I'm saying? What harm can a family really do? You know, y'all out with y'all family. You know, she not thinking of it, nothing of it. So she's thinking that she's safe out with this family. So she hops in the car. At first, everything is cool. Everything's copacetic, music playing, everything's great. But Keisha was peeping. Darnell was kind of checking her out in that mirror, kept looking back at it. My sis was bad. She was fine shit, you know, and she was peeping. Darnell was, yeah, she was peeping at. He was also had like some twitchy energy according to her, and it gave her the creeps. He was, you know, my dude was a little weird. Like, yeah, Darnell was being weird. So they stopped at this convenience store for gas and a bathroom break. While Keisha was in the restroom, I'm sorry, I said Keisha, like, that's not affirming. But Tay was in the bathroom. Something in her gut told her to jump out the window and fucking run. But Tay ain't listen. Tay, she's like, in her gut, she's like, let me get the fuck on. But she thought about it again. She said, okay, maybe I'm tripping, you know? Maybe I'm just a little paranoid from the 5 dudes. I'm gonna just go back to the car. So that's when everything changed. Once my girl got back in the car, Darnell turns down a random road and Tay's like, where we going? Like, Bookie, what's going on? We're supposed to be going to Cali. What's going on? He says that they're going sightseeing. Fuck no. Yeah, he says they're going sightseeing, and she like, all right, but let's not take too long. So they pull over, and Tasha gets out with the baby. Tay steps out to look around, but then she realizes Darnell is gone. Okay, which is weird as fuck. Okay. She hops back in the car, and now there's this big wooden box in the back seat that wasn't there before. Boom. Next thing she knows, the car door swings open. Darnell's right there. He grabs that box and slams it over her head, locks it in place. is lined with carpet. She can't scream, she can't hear nothing, and it's just darkness. So my girl started panicking. Tay like, what the fuck is going on? She started panicking. She's fucking losing it. Like, she just had a box closed over her head. She can't see nothing, she can't hear nothing. It's lined with this material. So she's like, what the fuck is going on? They start driving. She said she felt terrified. Inside her head, she's thinking, why ain't Tasha stopping this? Why is she letting him put this box on me like this? So they drive for a while. Then she hears the car stop. Darnell hauls her out, leads her blindfolded into a house, down some steps, and into a cold basement. Okay? He takes the box off, blindfolds her. Next thing, she feels hands on her clothes. Hands on her clothes. He strips her, hangs her wrists with straps. Her whole body weight's pulling on by her arms, pain shooting through her. She's just hanging there, not knowing what's coming next. Okay, so basically, the way I'm visualizing this, so she's kind of stripped naked and her hands are like this, they're locked up, and she's just feeling her body weight like this, like you're hanging by your hands like by some monkey bars or something, but that's way more sound kid friendly. But yeah, like you're hanging, like you're just there, you feel your body weight, you're not gonna want to hang on the monkey bar. The monkey bar is too long after a while, okay. Then crack, a whip hits her across the back and her legs. He starts beating my girl Tay. She's crying inside, but doesn't make a noise because he told her if she screamed, it'll be worse. So my girl's hanging here by her arms. She's feeling the weight, and all of a sudden she starts getting beat with the fucking whip. And she's trying to hold it in because this man done basically told her, stop crying before I give you something to cry about. That's basically what that man said. Okay, then she hears them, Tasha and Darnell, having sex right there. Right next to her while she's hanging there. So after this man just beat me, he's having sex with his wife, who I thought was a girl's girl and was going to protect me. Keep in mind, they have a whole baby. And now they're having sex with me, butt ass naked, after this man just whipped me? Yeah, fuck no. And she just fucking hanging there. Like she's a meat or something. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Okay. After that, they stuff her into this coffin-shaped box for the next 3 months. That's her life in a fucking box. Okay? She only comes out to get whipped, eat just enough to stay alive, and then she goes right back in. Sometimes Tasha comes down and bites her side like some freaky kind of power thing. So I guess the wife, she's into that stuff. This was a couple thing, obviously, but she comes down to bite her side. What type of shit is that? Bitch, you coming out here to bite my side? What's the next case? Cause what he be saying? Next case, bro. What? You come down here to bite my side? All right, Buki. All right. After that, let me see. All right. Then came the next level of crazy. Darnell hands her a contract. Oh, he on some 50 Shades of Grey shit. Hands her a contract. She gotta agree to be his slave. All right. He tells her about this secret group called The Company. Said they run deep and wide and they're watching. Said if she ran, screamed, or acted out, the company would kill her and her family. So Keisha signed it. She don't know what's real anymore. She's out of it. She's stressed out. All my girl want to do is go home. From that point on, Darnell trained her, teaches her how to live in the house as his personal servant. She cleans, she cooks, and anytime he comes home and yells attention, she gotta strip, stand in the doorway with her arms up, and say, "Yes, sir," every time he'd beat her. He told her Tasha used to be a slave too, and he rescued her by marrying her. Tay, renamed T, was the new one. So he done renamed this girl and everything. He done kidnapped this girl. He done beat her. Had sex next to her. The wife sits there and bites her side, and he's saying that he saved the wife by marrying her, and she used to be one of his slaves too, but now it's her. Okay. And done changed his girl name, so I guess Tay is now named T. So time passes. Eventually Tasha starts feeling some type of way watching how close Darnell was getting to Tay, or T, because he renamed the girl. So she texts him. She says, "Go ahead, be with her for real if you want to." She ain't think he would, but he did. Went straight down to the cellar and assaulted the girl. They moved to a new trailer, bought a piece of land, no basement this time. So Darnell built a box under their waterbed. Keisha spends the next years, I said Keisha, that's definitely her first name, Tay spends the next few years living in that box. Barely enough air, just heat, darkness, and silence all day, every day. She comes out to cook, clean, and get beat once again, then goes back in the box like before. Eventually, Darnell gives her a gift, a Christmas present. He lets her call home, but first he preps her hard. Tell them you're happy, you love me, don't say nothing wrong, or the company will come for you. The company will come for you and them, actually. Okay. Years go by and Tay gains a little trust. Darnell lets her go on jogs, then gets a job at a motel, but it's all for control. She brings home her checks and he still has her sleep in that box every night. Excuse me. Okay, now we're up to 81. Remember, the story started off in the 70s, but now we're in 81. He tells her the company said she can visit her family. He drives her there, all while drilling her on what to say. They pull up, her family meets Darnell, gets weird vibes, but they end up believing the story. Her mom snaps a pic of them before they leave. She goes back to the trailer, and after that visit, her life got even worse. Darnell put her back in the box for another 3 straight years, barely letting her out. Then one day he tells her he wants to build a dungeon. Y'all, this man finna build a sex dungeon or something, because this man already gets off from beating this girl. Like, this is a lot, honestly. This is getting really sad. This is a fucking lot. This is a fucking lot. Once more women starts making Tay help him build the shed outside for his future slaves. That was Tasha's last straw, though, which was, remember, the wife that was with the baby and all that, and she was originally the slave, and yeah. So that was my girl's last straw. Tasha, like, fuck this. Even though she was in on this shit with him, like, girl, now this your last straw? Your last straw wasn't when he started this shit to begin with. Your last straw ain't been come. You sat there and stayed with this man, and you knew what he was doing. You knew what he did to you, and you helped him. All right. All the time he spent with Tay, the way he looked at her, it ate Tasha up inside. Tasha went to church, talked to the pastor. Pastor said this is unnatural and to leave him. So she did. She ran to the motel where Tay worked and dropped the bomb. The company ain't real. It was all a lie. So Tay out here scared for no reason that somebody, the company, is going to come get her and her family. Company don't even exist. Tay was shook, but she knew what to do. Tasha helped her get a bus ticket. She called her fam and told them she was coming home. But before the bus pulled up, she made one last call to Darnell. Told him she knew the truth and was gone. He cried and she hung up. Back home, her family wrapped her up in love, didn't ask too many questions, and was just glad that she was alive. Then Tasha went to the cops, told them everything, but the story sounded wild. Cops didn't believe her, so she said to call Tay, and they did. Tay told it all, 2 days of testimony. Cops raided the trailer, found the head box, the box under the bed, the whips and chains, everything. But then Tasha backtracked, went back to Darnell, burned the evidence. So you got jealous and got free. And then you went to burn evidence. You done snitched on this man. Because he was falling for Tay in front of your face, basically. When both of y'all could have just been free. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Just when it looked like he might escape, one cop found a magazine. Inside a photo negative. They blew it up and boom. It's the contract. Proof Tay was held against her will. That wasn't nothing but God. That was not nothing but God. Cops arrested Darnell. Trial started. Tay told the whole truth. She didn't want no revenge, just everything. She just told the truth. The jury heard her. Darnell got hit with 104 years. And he went up per parole in the year of 2022. Tasha, she testified, got immunity. She said that she was brainwashed too. Some say she was just as guilty. Tay rebuilt her life, but the past, it doesn't leave easy. As for Tasha, she vanished, disappeared off the map like she knew she was wrong. And that's the story. So y'all, honestly, this story was out fucking rageous. I feel that it wasn't fair for Keisha to get away with it. Because literally you did all this, and you would have never went to that girl. You would have never went to the police if you didn't feel jealous. Like, so that's not fair that you get to go live your life. You get to disappear into thin air. Like, you didn't play your part in it too, because you helped. And honestly, y'all, I want to know what the fuck happened to the baby. They had a baby. So matter of fact, was it Tasha's baby? Did they take somebody's baby? Where did the baby go? Where did the baby come from? That's something I want to know. As far as Tay, I hope she's getting the healing that she needs. I hope she's doing great in life. I hope she was able to start her own family and, live life. Of course, everything's gonna hurt, but I hope that she was able to. I don't feel like that's something you can move on. I can't even say move on. Just grow for herself, and continue to stay strong, because she definitely stayed strong through that whole situation. I asked that her family heart become whole again, because that was very, very, very crazy. No matter how long ago this story was, yo, that's really real life crazy. Like, that is crazy. But yeah, him, that's just, I'm gonna leave that where that's at. I'm just leave that where that's at. But I do not think it's fair that Tasha was able to go off and live her life and got immunity, saying she was brainwashed too, when you sat there and wasn't even going to say nothing, wasn't going to tell, wasn't going to try to escape, wasn't going to try to do anything until you started to feel jealous of Tay. And then he was finna do this to other girls. You want to burn evidence for this man. You want to do all this. Like, I really do not feel like that's fair. It's not. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening to Urban Storytelling Part 2, second story, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, honestly, this was crazy. Like, real life crazy. Like, I don't know what to say. Y'all, it's crazy. And she was only 20 years old. Like, she was still a baby when this happened to her. Like, I know they'd be like, oh, you're grown, you're 21, you're 18, you're grown. That is not grown. Like, she's still a baby. She still had more life to live. She was just getting out into the world. And even barely that, she was still living with her parents. So, like, my girl just wanted to go to Cali, go to her girl Keisha's birthday party, and have a good time. And she couldn't even do that. And instead, for years, she got to miss multiple of her birthdays and multiple of Keisha's birthdays. And that's what we all home, girl. She didn't get to see her family but that one time. And her parents even snapped a picture. I'm not gonna lie, if I was her parents, if I know something was wrong, I would, look, pull my baby to the side. Hey, what's going on? Blink twice. Let me know if I need to call the police while y'all here right now. Let me know what's up. Like, I would have got them. I would have separated them. Hey, Darnell, go hang out with the man. Girls need to have a chat. Girls need to talk real quick. The company or not, like, I would have tried to get the police involved right then and there. Shoot, witness protection, something. Because, yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, guys, thank you again. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time, right, babes?